After a license is bought, a project can be shared with the user. There are two ways to do it. The first way is to enter the Users tab in the config. The second way is to find a required project in My Account and open the Users and Panels tab in the project. The difference between these two methods is as follows. In the app, you can find a user by inviting him, and a user himself has to follow a link in the letter that comes to his email and generate his own password for his account. And only he will know the password. But some users do not like to do such a thing. On the website, you can invite a user and create an account for him, generate a password, and tell it to the user. And a user will use the password to authorize in the app. Let's see how to do it. Click the Share button. Select End User. I'll use a temporary email. Then select what access rights this very user will have, as there can be any number of users in a project. If you want a user to have all possible rights, select Edit. You can set access rights to routines, schedules, and modes. Access to the General tab is set here. The General tab contains information about the language of the project, the temperature format, and the date format. They are basic settings. It's up to you to decide if you want your user to have access to this section or not. Access to editing interface means access to editing the appearance of a room where you can add a heading, regroup widgets, and add a photo. And here you can select if a user will be able to do it or not. This user does not exist in our base now, and when I tried to send him a project, I asked what to do next. I can simply invite him, and an invitation letter will be sent to him, and he will have to create an account himself. Or I can create an account instead of a user. In this case, an integrator fills in all the fields in the form himself. The language of the invitation letter or of the letter about the creation of a new account depends on the country selected in my profile. For all countries but for Russia, the language is English. Now let's invite a user from the app to see what a letter will look like. Enter the Users tab, press Add User or plus. Enter the email and press OK. Here you can see the email and the access rights. You can edit them any moment. The right to see push notifications can be set in the app. When you set information or alert notifications, you can log them in the journal as well as send a push notification to the panel of this user, in case it's alert notification. Let's check the user's email. Here is the invitation. It is valid for 7 days. The user has to press Confirm Registration in iRidium button. This is what you could have done if you had registered a user from the website. After a user confirms registration, he gets a confirmation letter and an invitation to start dealing with iRidium. The letter contains information where to download iRidium, who invited him, your contact information is written, and the letter also contains a link to a shared project.